and well, actually, a couple of them, right? One of them is Senator Cornyn. So, what's going on with his nomination for AG?
Yeah. So the Senate Judiciary Committee was supposed to hold its what's called a markup of the nominee today. It is essentially where the committee votes out the nominee, so then the full Senate can vote on confirming the nominee. That has now been postponed because both John Cornyn and Tom Tillis say they are not satisfied in the response they have received from the Justice Department over the total elimination of this IRS settlement deal. Remember that there was this IRS settlement with President Trump, members of his family. It created this anti-weaponization fund. Both Republicans and Democrats did not like that. The Justice Department then said that they weren't going to do it. It wasn't going to move forward. But there are some other elements of that settlement that both senators also want to see changed, and they want these guarantees in writing. They are not satisfied with just kind of verbal agreements from the Justice Department and from Todd Blanche. And they have the votes to block his nomination, and right now they are doing that until they are satisfied with the response. And it speaks to a couple of lingering issues. One, obviously, is the issue of this anti-weaponization fund, how much of a lead balloon that ended up becoming. But there are also questions about the independence of somebody like Todd Blanche, a former personal attorney for President Trump. There are questions about how much influence President Trump is having on decisions over pursuing prosecutions, over pursuing investigations inside the Justice Department. And Todd Blanche has been the face of a lot of those. So it does not mean that he is not going to be confirmed. It just means that there may be a delay in his confirmation.
He's Todd Blanche, of course, the acting attorney general. He could stay at that gig the remainder of the presidency, right? As interim, as acting, I suppose. I don't recall.
There may be a time. I think there is a time limit on it, although he could be reappointed. But obviously, you want a full-time attorney general. It is a pretty important position, and the president really likes Todd Blanche and is not likely to shrink away from Todd Blanche. You know, one thing that we have seen from President Trump is rarely do they pull nominees. There have been some examples, right? They pulled Matt Gaetz for attorney general, if you recall, at the very beginning of the term. But by and large, President Trump stands by these nominees and doesn't shy away from these fights. This is a little different because this isn't kind of a fight over Todd Blanche. It's a fight over getting, in writing these concessions over this IRS settlement that these two senators want. And listen, both Tom Tillis and John Cornyn
they're not going
are
back.
free agents, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Tillis is retiring. President Trump endorsed against John Cornyn. These actions have consequences, right? So it's not as if they feel maybe some of the pressure that they might feel if they were running for reelection. And we kind of had talked about that, right? That when President Trump made the unusual step of endorsing against not just a sitting senator, but a sitting senator who was once a member of Republican leadership, that could create some issues in the Senate. And we are seeing one of those play out now.
Elections have consequences. So do endorsements. And we see that playing out.
Yeah,
right?
They do.
No,
and listen, the other big, just talking about that race, I think the other big consequence of that endorsement of Ken Paxton is Republicans are going to have to spend an awful lot of money now in a state where I think maybe at the beginning of the cycle, it wasn't expected that Republicans were going to have to put forward as much of an expensive battle here in a state like Texas.
10-4. Jared Halpern, Fox News up in D.C. Real quick, the president promised, and he delivered. So more strikes on Iran because Iran tried to lob some missiles over, I guess, at Jordan, U.S. bases, something like that. Things all quiet again, though. I'm guessing they'll try to move forward with more diplomatic efforts near future.
It's hard to get a read. I was in the Oval yesterday. The president said it's our turn to strike back. We saw those strikes last night. We understand that they were pretty wide-ranging, much more wide-ranging than what we had seen over the previous couple of weeks. But is that it or not? And one of the things that President Trump has kind of suggested is that there are still warring factions, warring elements within Iranian leadership. And so I think that there are still calculations being made about, if they negotiate in good faith, who is it that they're negotiating with? The president kind of alluded that these strikes were ordered by people they weren't negotiating with. And so I'm not entirely sure where these diplomatic talks are, other than the president insists they are still happening, that he insists Iran wants to make a deal. But at the same time, you have seen now the United States join Saudi Arabia in striking at some of these Iran-backed proxies in Iraq.
Yes, sir.
There was an attack yesterday on an American oil vessel or natural gas vessel in Egypt. All of those point to concerns about a widening escalation, not a de-escalation.
I don't know if I get a chance to speak with you tomorrow. Rangers at the Astros, 3-game series this weekend.
55 and 53, enough for a 1-game lead in the AL West. 500 is going to do it, I think, for the
yeah,
the
ain't
AL
that crazy?
West,
That's right.
Right where the Astros are right now. It's a big series, right? I will say, though, one thing that I like about the new way that baseball does it is so many of these division games now happen on the back half. So we're going to get a few more of these series, and I bet it comes down to that final series here in the AL West, because I don't think either team is built to, separate themselves, right? So
yeah, either one could have a long win streak.
Mariners kind of all sitting there.
That's right. But any of these three could have a long 10, 15, well, 50, about 10-game win streak.
Like a 7-8 game streak.
Yeah, there we go.
You're right there.
Yeah.
I think that the nomadic Athletics are out of it. I think the Angels are out of it. But you've got these three teams, and they don't look like wild card teams to me. So we'll see who emerges here from this division.
And you mentioned this. The Astros are back at 500, first time since mid-April, going back to the beginning of the season.
And one game back.
Yeah, and 1 game back from the Rangers, who are slightly over 500, and the Astros back at 500.
2 games over 500. Yeah.
There we go. All right, pal. Have a great day, and go Astros! Go Astros! That's Jared Halpern, Fox News up in D.C. Time is 9:33. The Sergio Show on 710 KURV is a service of Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, ChamberlainLTD.com, and we'll take a look at some headlines next. in the area. Boy, they were loud in Brownsville. Potential victory for them as a data center company that scouted Brownsville for a data center site. That company withdrew their request for a special use permit. The city of Brownsville reported that yesterday that they're planning and zoning public hearing for this issue. Yeah, that was not going to happen. Although the actual meeting at PNZ, the commission, that will take place on August 6th. The permit request withdrawal was announced after a group of activists targeted City Hall, vocal opposition to data centers in Brownsville. This issue is going to get a lot of traffic in the 2027 legislative session. Water and power, power and water. And to their credit, the opponents are helping to fuel the state of Texas successfully demanding that data centers provide their own water and provide their own power. Again, that will be brought up in the next legislative session. Let me give you some real interesting business news as the White House is moving to provide more jobs for veterans. Let me see if I can find the audio on this one. The White House is moving to train more veterans for them to take those 18-wheeler jobs. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't find the copy. I'll share that with you next hour. It's a new program that kicks in today. Just if you want to do the search on it, veterans driving big rigs, veterans driving 18-wheelers. There's a big push that starts today on a new program to get veterans to drive some big rigs. And yes, take the wheel from especially illegal aliens who don't know how to speak English and read road signs. Time is 9:40. Say again, Zach. No, join it. Yeah. uh, well, they shouldn't be driving either. Yeah, my goodness. That's a good point. Thank you, sir. There we go. You need to read English to drive, especially those big trucks. Or maybe just let the robots take over. You know, we got all these self-driving 18-wheelers now that are driving between Houston and Dallas. Time is 9:41. The Sergio Show, News Talk 710 KURV. Thank you to Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. Sergio Show on 710 KURV. And we got family in the house from Angels of Love. Danny Zuniga, Daniela Zuniga. You're the boss right now, right? You're the president, the CEO,
No,
or
no, no. I
chairman,
cannot take that
or
away
what?
from.
No.
No.
What?
I am the development director at Angels of Love. So
Okay.
I am in charge of this. Well, not, I wouldn't say in charge, but I'm helping Della.
So who's the
and
boss? They always
crew.
keep pushing you in this. You're the only one doing the work.
No.
No,
Hey,
no?
there's
Okay.
so many people behind the scenes doing work. So
Okay.
I cannot take credit. It is not an I thing. It is a we thing. And I say that all the time because there's so many moving parts.
We have a lot of new people
Yes.
in the Valley. And I appreciate them listening to KURV and Talk Radio and joining us because they come from
Mhm.
other markets where they have news radio stations, multiple. Here, we're the only game in town as far as News Talk.
You're
Okay.
the best game.
Well, that's why nobody's been able to beat us in 30 years. Okay. But I want folks to understand who are new to the area what Angels of Love is, real quick, like the minute elevator speech.
Okay.
What is Angels of Love, the service that you provide for battered women,
Yes.
families, even a few men that are also battered?
Yes. So we provide services for, we are a nonprofit organization here in McAllen. We provide services for families that are going through domestic violence. So not only do we support women and children, we also support men as well. We have empowerment classes. We do counseling at our facility. We help them with some legal work or we refer them out. We do provide clothing. We do have food whenever we have that food from the food bank, whenever they're very gracious enough to give us what we need. We try to help out as many families that are going through that next step. So we're their guiding hand and their guiding light to get out of their situation.
10-4.
Yeah.
So there's a big expo
Yes.
tomorrow and Saturday.
Yes.
Mission, the real pretty Mission Event Center. And I'm just going to put this in. This is on the Angels of Love Facebook page
Yes.
on social
Yes.
media. You can get information on this Empower Them Expo that starts tomorrow. It's free for the whole family.
It's absolutely free.
Okay.
It is the ultimate empowerment weekend for families. We have a huge lineup. And when I'm talking huge, we have nonstop action happening at the Mission Event Center and almost every single room happening at the Mission Event Center. So we will have fashion showcases, wellness and beauty, empowerment classes. We have our youth and family activities. We have so many things going on. So let's just start off with Friday because Friday is a fun day, and that's why Johanna is joining us from the Villalobos Law Firm. We want to thank Ileana Villalobos and the Villalobos Law Firm. They are platinum sponsors for this event. And so when we asked, like, hey, what would you guys like to do? They said, let's do a fashion show.
Johanna Montelongo with the Ileana Villalobos Law Firm, and they're helping with the fashion show.
Yes.
And thank you to Walmart too, right?
Well, Walmart's on another day, but their fashion
okay.
show's on Friday.
Okay,
we'll get
so
to that.
Friday, the fashion show, like describe it for me. Like who's showing up and what are you showing off? and
Okay,
what-
so we're having two fashion shows
Okay.
actually, the Villalobos Law Firm. And it's going to be from 4 to 5 p.m. on this Friday.
Okay.
We have our first Lobita's Gone Western fashion show, and we're partnering up with Johnston Hat Co., local boutique here in McAllen.
Okay.
Off
Lots
of
of boots
10th
and
Street.
bling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
okay.
going to be so cute.
They're going to bring it.
And then we have our second one called the Lobita Lookbook, which is partnered with Rivera's Boutique and Grace Boutique here in McAllen as well. Now, some of our celebrity models, attorney Ileana Villalobos is going to be wearing some of their clothes, as well as Judge Patty, Judge Nereida, attorney Veronica Bernal, Dina Sibnani, and of course our very own law firm. So we're super excited to showcase these clothes.
Okay, and that's tomorrow, starting at 4 p.m. Mission
Yes.
Event Center.
Mission
Yes.
Event Center.
While other things are taking place, you got
We have a lot of
vendors
things.
and booths and
yes.
family activities. One of the
Mhm.
activities will be the fashion
Their
show.
fashion show,
Mhm.
yes.
That's
So
tomorrow.
we have our very own dance contest, our mascot dance contest, and that's at 3:00. So that's right before their show, preparing the hype for the show for real. So we have mascots coming from all around the valley. I think we have the woolly mammoth from the South Texas Museum coming.
Okay.
She's gonna dance. I was like, wow, I didn't know we had a woolly mammoth. So
Yeah.
we have oh my gosh, we STX gladiators. We have
The colleges, the
STC
university,
Yes,
high schools. I mean,
yes.
everybody's got like a mascot.
Yeah,
so-
ours
everybody.
should be there as well.
businesses.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Loblito will be, or Loblita will be out
Yeah.
there.
Oh, you got one at the law firm too?
Yes,
Yes,
the
it's
law
a
firm
wolf.
has one.
Lobo.
A
It's
Lobo.
Bobo the Lobo.
Bobo. For
Yeah.
Lobos.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. I mean, they're
Okay.
just so much fun to work with. So we have that going on. We have our Expect Respect a teen dating violence camp going on for youth. So
Okay.
in one of the rooms, we'll have our Expect Respect camp going on. That is from ages 13 through 16. So if you want to drop off your kids for camp, you can drop them off there at the Mission Event Center and go and enjoy all of the other empowerment classes that we have. We have a panel, turning pain into purpose, and this is for with our Phoenix Warriors and our God Willing Daughters. We teamed up with the 2 books, and so we're having a panel discussion on that one. We have the Strength Through Knowledge, and this is a legal protection for every family. Real conversations, real protection, real legal guidance from some of the best attorneys here in the RGV. This panel discussion will be with Miss Ileana Villalobos, Sarah Dill, Audrey Palacios, Rick Salinas, and our moderator, Mr. Jerry Jaime Munoz, who is our JP. We also have the Power Out Cooking Show with the Hidalgo County Emergency Management Team and the County Judge's Office, along with the Fire Marshal's Office and Emergency Management. And that is at 1 o'clock. So we have a lot of great things going on. Meanwhile, in other breakout rooms, we will have Credit Repair 101. We will have how to purchase a home, how to do inner healing as well. So we have a lot of things going on as well. We will have Ileana is going to go out to our Expect Respect programs and talk to our kids, as well as for our Expect Respect camp. We have the financial literacy for kids. Texas Regional Bank is going to come out and talk to our kids. Texas Workforce is going to come in and talk to the kids about interviewing skills and communicative skills. So there's a lot of great things that are happening, and that's just a little bit. We have our Expect Respect fashion show after the Villalobos Law Firm fashion show, our Jeans and Wings fashion show. These 2 fashion shows are very unique because we opened it up to the community, so community can also engage and come in and do this fashion show. So it's not just, secluded just to moms and girls and our pageant. We opened it up to anyone who wanted to walk a runway and feel that confidence and love. So this is our 10th annual Miss Angel of Love pageant.
The pageant.
Yeah, so our pageant is Saturday night, Saturday afternoon, I should say, at 4 o'clock. We have a lot of great things. So the big fashion show I'll talk to you about is the Walmart fashion show. And so we've teamed up with Walmart. We took 55 of our kids in our summer youth programs, and they became the models for the fashion show. Yeah. So we got to do little ride-alongs with the kids and get them dressed and go through all of it with the Walmart. So we have 11 participating Walmarts. Each one of them took 5. And so these kids are so excited to walk a runway because in camps they were coached on confidence and how to build your confidence and self-esteem. So this is going to be a major confidence booster. And I just invite the public to come out and support our fashion shows because it takes a lot for someone to walk a runway and, be courageous and have fun. And so we have a great group. We have a great DJ who's going to put it on for us at the Mix Academy. We'd like to thank Ephraim. He's awesome. He's going to make every runway walker feel like they're on the New York runway.
Fashion show.
Yes. So it's going to be great. We have a financial literacy conferences as well. If money mind market conferences. I mean, it's just going to be an empowerment weekend for everybody.
It's Friday and Saturday. Mission Event Center. You can't miss it. And 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Take the family, take the kids.
Yes.
And there's so many different workshops, activities, family events, food as well. The emergency management crew doing the whole cooking thing. You know what they should do? Tell them for next year. Take like rations. You know how these buckets were freeze-dried macaroni and cheese and lasagna? They should like cook that stuff.
Well, they're actually going to cook on stage.
Yeah, I know. But take some of that freeze-dried stuff like emergency food. I want to see what that tastes like from the EOC guys. All right.
Right.
Thank you for stopping by.
Yes.
Call anytime.
Yes.
All right?
And it's absolutely free. If they want a rundown of the events, they can go to our Facebook page at Angels of Love RGV. We have the links and they can just download the links. They'll see what's happening on both days.
That's a lot
going
on.
We have a lot going on.
It
is absolutely free. Come in, come out as you please.
Yeah.
Bring your family, bring your friends, bring your
vendors
grandma too.
And booths and so much for the entire family.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
It is Angels of Love Empower Them Expo tomorrow, Friday, and also Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Mission Event Center. Call anytime, Danny. Thank you for
Thanks. We
stopping
will.
by.
Okay.
Johanna Montelongo from the Ileana Villalobos Law Firm and Daniela Zuniga from Angels of Love. This is KURV Edinburgh. It's 10 o'clock. This is the Sergio.
Awesome. Thanks. That was easy.
Zach.
Thank you, Zach. We're good.
I
Okay.
don't have a timer here. I was taking a best guess. I want to go over where it's 59.
Well, Sergio, we will see you. I hope
Yes.
you can come out
Yeah.
and it'll be fun.
Jon Stewart, what an extraordinary delight to see you.
I just want to say, this human contact, now you know I don't care for it, I believe sustained me during. She just got her 5th vaccine.
Oh, wow.
We are so careful. Something with the plague and the pandemic and the cicadas.
Cicadas were here.
Sustained sincerity. Okay. It does not end. We are a screwed up flu. Like, that's just who we are. A couple of years ago, there was a
Thursday edition, hour 2 of the program, the Sergio Show on News Talk 710 KURV. Stick around. I right before the program, I had a fascinating conversation with local author, children's author, Elisa Garza. And Elisa, I appreciate you reaching out. We were talking about a couple of her books. One of them, this real cute one. And today, I have become a big fan of what Elisa is doing. Yes, it's cultural for us. We need more of our South Texas border, children of Mexicanos, Latinos, whatever we're going to call it, our border culture, our South Texas border culture. See, this is us. This is part of it. And she does a really good job of capturing for our children, because our babies need to see stuff like this. So, and this one is relevant. This one is vendiendo con mi grandpa, selling with my grandpa, which is various business concepts, reality, otherwise called the market, which feeds everyone in an age. And forgive me, Elisa, for, but it's the truth, man. It's everything is about politics. And if you are a citizen of the United States of America, like our babies or huerquillos or little Latino huercos, are all citizens of the United States of America, born here, going to school here, all these huercos, they need to know how to participate in the market and what the different elements of the market are, whether it's raw materials converted into products that is sellable and has demand, and the exchange of currency, transportation, banking, loans, checks. Yeah, like most of y'all in this audience, you guys know what a check is, especially y'all in business. I know you probably don't use checks anymore, right? None of us do. I really don't. Every now and then I use a check. But what transaction? Oh, it's paying off the credit card monthly basis. I'll write a check for that. And the drive-through, which, by the way, they're getting rid of drive-through. Some of these banks are getting rid of drive-through. Anyway, business concepts, the reality, freedom, liberty, capitalism, the market. Our babies need to understand the different forces that are at play. Or what kids don't even know what checks are. And I say this at the university level. Anyway, that conversation coming up in just a little bit. So stick around for that conversation with Elisa Garza. Let me see, Zach. Let me try to clear some of the audio we got for the. And I appreciate you joining us, by the way, on 710 KURV or online media. Facebook Live, X Live, and YouTube Live as well. It's the Eben Brown conversation, Zach, that has tentacles back to us. If you have that one, it's how the Navy has changed, how they transfer suspects that are accused, sometimes accused of murder, accused of assault. There's been a major change in how the Navy will transfer individuals within their ranks who are accused of a crime. And they're trying to they're trying to create they have created a unified code, a unified transfer for individuals to be stateside, to be seaside, to be back in the States, not to be transferred from ship to ship. This was spurred by the murder of this young woman from Brownsville, murdered by a colleague in the Navy. And I honestly don't remember if there was movement of the suspect from ship to ship or they had to track him down. So either way, the Navy has changed that. So I'm going to share that conversation with you in this segment. And then I'll play for you my conversation with Elisa Garza, local author. And there's an event coming up in mid-August that you should know about and hopefully participate. And I'm putting a call out to bankers and businesses and other folks who would like to participate in the little market, the little farmer's market, El Mercadito. I think it's a great idea to get get them exposed, the business practices and the realities of business and raw materials and products and demand and no demand and excess inventory, all those things, money issues. Yeah, that's coming up in mid-August. Astros baseball, that is tomorrow night. The Astros back home, they're hosting the Rangers. 6:45 broadcast on News Talk 710 KURV. Astros baseball is a service of Dr. T's primary health for men and women. Time is 10:12. The Sergio Show on News Talk 710 KURV. the Super El Nino. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So if you do get a tropical system and it threatens us, the EOC guys, the county judges, the mayors, other people at the Parks Department handing out sandbags, and they're at the beach, businesses on the beach, South Padre, and even Starbase, right here. Thank you to our following sponsors for Tropical Coverage 2026, Vega Roofing. Big thank you to the Omar Ochoa Law Firm. Thank you to Lee's Pharmacy and Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and AC. We'll pay some bills, and then up next, local author, children's author, Elisa Garza, with information on I believe this is an awesome event for businesses to participate in. They call it Mercadito, the little market, the little farmer's market, Mercadito, mid-August, and it will show children, our babies, show them many of the branches that feed into the tree of business, the tree of the market, the tree of free enterprise. Our babies need to know this. We need to share this more. And they'll have a special activity mid-August. Local children's author Elisa Garza next on the Sergio Show, 710 KURV.